I was just about to laugh. Maybe we're gonna laugh anyway, guys. First of all, Lava. Hi, everybody. Alan, all my friends are here. Tim, you guys can hear me okay because I don't like this thing. With that, guys and girls, listen, we have a lot to cover, and it's not funny, but but it's the truth. The stuff that we're gonna cover here today. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, what a day. First of all, I don't think anything that happened today, especially with this economy now officially in contraction, is a shock or a surprise to a single one of you that follows this blog. You and I have been so far ahead of the curve on this. It's just too freaking much, and we're not going to stop, people. We're not going to stop. This guy out of the shower here. Anyway, so let's start off with this. The moment that the GDP number came out today, negative, we are officially in contraction. The stock market got walloped down hard across the board. We finished positive for the Dow and the NASDAQ, but that was because of a massive amounts of debt buying. That's exactly what happened the last 30 minutes. Look, man, the Fed, the plunge protection team, they're not done to letting this thing go. We all know that the Fed has a trading desk. Look it up for yourself. They're buying it all. They're buying all the debt. Let's start off with the markets. Then we're going to move on to some really, really good news, which you're going to love. And then, of course, we're going to move on to a few other things. So this is how we ended the day after being down, and I mean down across the board. Here's what happened. Look at this 10-year yield falling through the freaking floor. Who's buying? Could you imagine what it would take? How I couldn't even imagine astronomical amounts of cash being pumped into the debt market to drop the 10-year yield like we've been seeing as of late. You know how that works. It opens up a doorway for cash to make its way into the stock market. It's already a stock market that is out of freaking control on every level. The dollar is still wallowing, hoping for a lifeline, which it's not going to get. Commodities got blasted. Well, hit pretty good, let's just say that. Now, crude oil continues to fall on demand concerns. Shipping, trucking, down across the board because of, again, the entire global economy continues to contract. You remember the beautiful man, the mummy? Let's do him for a second. Craig, are you going to talk about me again? I'm talking about Biden. You remember the mummy man? The economy in contraction, in contraction, in contraction. But no one was supposed to know that. But that's what was happening, of course. Anyway, it didn't matter. The stock market was still going up, multiple expansion cycle like we've never seen in the history of the world. The market isn't a market anymore. You all know that. Now, with regard to cryptos, this is what happened across the board. So again, look, let's talk about what's happening here. The United States, you have to understand what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what creature, thing, non-human entity, submoron, orange thing they want to shove behind the Resolute desk, or the last mummy, beautiful creature they had before that. Sarah, thank you. Doesn't matter, okay? What's happening here, and it's accelerating, is economic suicide. The United States is committing economic suicide. And you know who's loving it? The BRICS. The BRICS nations are now rising like a phoenix. And why? Well, because we can't get our act together here in the United States. We selected, or we got to choose the orange creature that's sitting behind the Resolute desk who has no economic policy whatsoever. Tariffs, kill the dollar, lower rates. That's our economic policy. It ain't an economic policy, man. It wasn't even meant to be. But DOGE was going to save the day. We have to talk about DOGE. An utter failure on a scale that is so incredibly awesome that, I mean, you guys and girls knew this. You remember when I said about DOGE? I said it was a fraud. I got ripped apart, of course, by a lot of people here, by other YouTube channels. Well, guess what? The vindication is here. We're going to talk about DOGE and the utter disgusting failure that everyone believed in, because Elon Musk, you see, he's not a Satanist, even though he wore a Baphomet suit with an upside-down cross on it and used that as his avatar on Twitter for over a year. No, he's not trying to tell you a damn thing. He's trying to tell you he's on the side of angels. Yeah, that's exactly right. With a president who wouldn't put his hand on the Bible to, take the oath of office. I mean, make every excuse you want, people. It was right freaking there. He didn't do it. You think these guys are trying to tell you something, or you still can't hear it? You still can't see it. I understand how hard the truth is. It's not an easy pill to swallow. But let's start off with some really, really good news here. So this is Fox. Trump's meme coin takes off up 60% as President Trump is offering dinner to his top holders. This is really, really good news. Let's read this. So, Trump's dinner invitation for his meme holders has all kinds of benefits to it here. Okay. Trump meme coin rose more than 60% on the post announced that this is the most exclusive invitation in the world. Have dinner with President Trump here, promising the top 220 buyers a private gala and maybe a few other things. He was best friends with Epstein, so let's not forget that. And that when is that report coming out again? Hello, anyone want to tell me? Oh, of course it won't never, because Trump is all over it. So additionally, the top 25 holders will get an ultra exclusive private VIP reception with the president and some probably very young women as well. And this is going to be a special tour as well. You see, special. It's very special. You like this here? Make it up. We're going to cover a few other things. Now, this is epic. Epic, what I'm about to show you here. We all understand, and we've been talking about the private sector getting decimated before anybody. Yes, it was you and me. Private payrolls decimated. 62,000 in April. They were expecting twice that. They were expecting twice. Who's they? Okay, not you or me. So private payroll growth slowed to 62,000 in April, well below expectations. Private sector payroll, 62,000 for the month, the smallest gain since July 2024, down 147,000 in March and missing the consensus estimate of 120,000. No one saw this coming at all. How about this? This is all today. Homebuyer mortgage demand drops further as economic uncertainty roils the housing market. Oh, that's because our economy is so strong. And those tariffs, they're going to make us all rich. The ones that Trump is caving on now. The BRICS, let me explain this to you maybe another way. The BRICS nations, every single one of them is foam. Foam is coming out of their mouths at this point because they realize the United States is committing economic suicide. Economic suicide on every level. It's a shame. Anyway, so let's get to. Should we have a little fun first? We're having fun, aren't we? Now you know what? Let's save some fun for later. GDP shrinks for the first time in 3 years as Trump tariffs trigger record trade deficit. Tip of the iceberg, people. Tip of the iceberg. We haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg. It's not even the tip of the iceberg. It's not even one molecule of the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, no, not even close. But the beautiful Peter Navarro, the architect of the tariffs, it wasn't Trump. Peter Navarro, the architect. I'm having too much fun. The architect of Trump's tariffs, because that's what we're being told here, he said, he's brushing off the GDP drop. We really like where we are now. Who's we? Who's we? It ain't you. Certainly ain't me. Who's Navarro? Criminal. Okay, you know this guy's a criminal, right? But he was falsely locked up by the Democrats, right? Of course. The criminal says, take it and shove it right where the sun don't shine because he don't care. But they really like where they are right now. Yeah. I bet you wish he was back in prison. Me too. I think he deserved to be there, to be honest with you. Let us move forward here. You want to have a little more fun first? Let's have some fun. Let's have a little more fun before we have more fun. So, you remember the trade deal with Lutnick? This is beautiful here. Let's just get an update on the trade deal yesterday, that there really is no deal, but there's a real deal and it's done, 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 done. Those were his words. This is World Trade Online. You guys should follow this publication. So Lutnick, U.S. has reached a trade deal with one unnamed country. The world awaits. Oh, so as the world waits, the Trump administration has reached its first trade deal. First? No, wait a minute. President Trump said we have 200 deals, although we couldn't name one, not even one out of 200. So let's just say maybe this is the first one, but maybe it isn't because we don't know who it is yet and the world is waiting. So Licknut here, let's call him Licknut. I think we can say Licknut here. As the world awaits, the Trump administration has reached its first trade deal, not 200, with another country. Commerce Secretary Howard Licknut has said, no, but he's still declined to say what country it is. We're not privy to that information, you see. I find that very interesting. Don't you? Now, try to make this one up. It's Mummy Man's fault. It's Mummy Man. As the stock market surged higher during Mummy Man Bidenstein, Trump took the credit for it after he predicted that the stock market would crash under the mummy. You know who the mummy is. Bidenstein. Let's move forward here. But now, as the stock market is falling, he is blaming the Mummy Man. The Mummy Man. Well, how does that work? Make it up. We're going to have even more fun than this. Are we having fun? You want to talk about the utter, because I'm going to show you the numbers here. Okay, the utter complete failure of DOGE first, or do you want to talk about economic death first? You guys get to choose. Which one first? The magic chainsaw, which didn't have any magic, or economic death? The first person to tell me which they want to hear wins. Which one you want, guys? You want the magic chainsaw? You want the economic death? Chainsaw! John Doe. You win, buddy. Why am I so happy? Because this is vindication. Because I told you this was a fraud right from the get-go. Magic. You remember Elon Musk with the magic chainsaw? It wasn't so magical. It really wasn't. Did you expect that it was going to be magical? Let's talk about this. Lions, first. Make your shocked face. Are you ready? What? Wait! Ah! Yes, John, you win. Make your shock face. Elon's magic chainsaw could not find the $2 trillion which we were promised. Could even find, well, $1 trillion or even anything remotely close. So let's move. I got the numbers for you, the real numbers for you. Okay, you don't believe these numbers? Maybe you should look them up for yourself. Anyway, so this $2 trillion was supposed to be used for tax cuts. Hold that thought. And of course, your dividend check. You're going to get nothing. You're going to get zero now. Maybe you're going to get tax cuts, but you know who's going to pay for it? The Fed's going to lend the money. That's what really this is all about. You didn't know that? You really believed that DOGE was going to save you? I know you didn't if you follow this blog. But the TIGs, Trump is God syndrome people, they really bought it all. Hook, line, and sinker. Let's move forward. Now, to be fair, DOGE has I'm going to show you, verified approximately 100 billion. Are you ready for the word, though? In potential savings with just 33 billion. You like that 33 number? Yeah, they just conjured that one up out of nothing. But apparently 33 billion having documented receipts. So we went from 2 trillion to 1 trillion, maybe, to 33 billion. So let's put these numbers together. So that amounts to less than 1% of the target. So Greg Mannarino and all of you, vindication, okay? For all those people who tried to call Greg out, they always fail. It's kind of interesting. Why are they always wrong? I don't know. How about you? Yeah, of course, I won't get any apologies. There were a couple of YouTubers out here, which I won't even mention names because I don't even want you to go watch their garbage because they're all full of it beyond their eyeballs. They called me out too. Greg is going to be wrong on this one. Yeah, I would call less than 1% of the promised 2 trillion an abysmal failure, worse, way worse than even I would have imagined. But I did say it was a fraud since day one, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm on record saying that. Thank you very much. Now, let's be even more fair. To be even more fair, by their own numbers, government spending has actually increased by 6.3% under Donald Trump just so far during his first 100 days. But he doesn't tell you that, does he? No, don't tell you. But Trump wants to move ahead with tax cuts anyway. But do you know why? It goes right on the national debt. Oh, that's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, you don't think so? You think Greg is going to be wrong again on this one? How many of you want to take a bet? You know I'm not going to be wrong. But that's exactly what's going to happen. Trump's going to move forward with the tax cuts. He's going to tell you we're saving, but the Fed's going to bankroll the whole damn freaking thing, which means, well, the currency will lose purchasing power. It will allow the Fed to inflate, which is their goal. Trump and the Fed, they're sleeping with each other. Okay, let's be honest here. Let's just imagine Powell and Trump having their little thing going on. It's really what's happening, of course. And they're tag teaming us so we lose big. We're not winning anything. And like I said, the BRICS nations, they're laughing. They're laughing. Elon Musk with his chainsaw, he's laughing at you too. Because you see, he's not going to be held to account for any of the things that his magic chainsaw couldn't give you. But you're not supposed to know, and he's laughing at you behind your back and in your face, and he doesn't really care because he's the richest man on earth. So anyway, let's move forward here. So Elon Musk could not find the promised funds, and I don't think any of you are surprised here. Now, let's be fair again. To be fair, DOGE, how about all those clawed back funds that we were promised? How about the arrests? How about the parade of the guilty? You remember that one? Never happened. None of it. No parade. I wanted to go to that parade. Didn't you want to go to the parade of the guilty? Because I thought that was a brilliant thing. I would love to have gone to see the parade of the guilty. But none of that happened. But nothing on this earth makes the central bank happier than to create more cash out of nothing and lend it out to pay for the tax cuts that DOGE was going to pay for in your dividend checks as well. They lend this stuff out as a method of enslavement. You like that? I knew you would. I knew you would. But let's see how many people are going to try to pick that apart. Because you know they are, because they got to defend the Oompa Loompa man. The orange Oompa Loompa man. Oh, Greg is so bad. Bad man. Very bad man. Economic death. This is the truth that it ain't funny. Lions. U.S. GDP contracts. The death certificate has been signed. It's official. The United States economy is no longer slowing. It's shrinking, and we saw it coming. The latest GDP data, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. The latest GDP data from this morning confirms that we have what we have been warning about. The system is collapsing in plain sight. This is not economic death just by accident or a comedy of freaking accidents. This is economic suicide being committed right now. The United States is being systematically erased. Sound familiar? I've only been telling you that in the BRICS nations. They are loving life right now. They're watching the United States commit economic suicide. But that's what you voted for, isn't it? No, it didn't matter who you voted for. Just in case you're not clear on this, okay? I told you guys, I don't know how long, a farm animal could have been. They could have put this. Let me show you what they could have done. You see my little Evel Knievel doll that I have on my desk? Evel, let's look at this helmet. You see my Evel Knievel doll here? They could have stuck this behind the Resolute desk, and it would have been exactly the same as we have now. Oh, just in case you were wondering, let's fix your helmet, Evel. Let's put him right here where he belongs. I got him over here. Hey, you want to see some good people? Well, this is me. This is my buddy Frankie. I know these guys forever, man. And this guy here, this is Jimmy LaRocca. That's Jimmy LaRocca, the drag racer himself. Yeah, that's him. The man is awesome. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, economic death. Let's finish economic death here. What did I do? Anyway, so the collapse is not coming, people. It's here. Real GDP has contracted. This economy is not cooling. It's dead and buried, propped up only by lies, moral lies, deceptions, distractions. And DOGE is going to save the day. Market manipulation and central bank games. The illusion of growth is freaking over, people. And I love this because you know why? You and I called this. No one saw this coming, but we did, of course. What does this mean? Consumer demand is gone. Real wages are falling. Credit maxed out. Household breaking and spending is collapsing. A small business gasping for air, as you well know. Real economic engine is dying in silence. Small businesses with no lifeline in sight here. Okay, they're being squeezed by increased operating costs to wipe them out. Trump wants them gone, and so does the Fed, and to fulfill the corporate agenda. They're going away. You have a small business? See ya. You're gone. Let me just tell you right now. Lions, the system is done. The real economy is gone. What comes next is pain, deception, desperation here. But we, the roaring few who has seen this coming, we will lead the many. That's what we're going to do. We need leaders, and you're one of them right here. Okay, through this storm. And I ended up with, of course, huge love. So, guys and girls, listen. Here's my challenge to the detractors here. What I've put out, every bit of it, I dare you to pick it apart. They're going to pick on, Greg, you look like this. Greg, blah, 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 whatever they can. Throw those bricks at me because I build cathedrals with the stones and stuff you want to throw me. I don't care. The more you throw at me or my lions, the stronger we become. You say, but you, these kind of people, they're so weak. They're so pathetic because they can't argue a thing. All this is in your face. You think I got it wrong? You think I got it right? Let me know, people. Come on, guys. It's too simple, honestly. I don't know. That's kind of it, guys. I don't know what else to say. Yes, the accountant. You're 100% right. It's very sad. I really think these people have been spiritually dispossessed. It's the only explanation that they've lost their soul to the devil. The devils. This is devilism. Elon Musk, again, shows you who he is with his Baphomet suit, with his upside down cross on it. Would you ever wear something like that? Of course you wouldn't, because you're not a servant of the devil, and it's just a costume, right? And Trump, no hand on the Bible, but the Bible was right there. You don't believe me? Go look at it for yourself. He can't even do it. Can't even put his hand on the Bible. We know who he serves. They tell you all the time. People, you guys go to your places of worship, right? Of course. You guys can see the incarnation, can't you? Why can't these people? Because they're aligned. You understand? They're gone. They're done and they're finished. And we, the United States, is being dismantled piece by piece as the BRICS nations are laughing. They can't believe what they're seeing here right now. I wouldn't believe it either. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. But again, you want to call this, I don't know for how many freaking years ago, but right now the selection was complete. How many of you recall me saying, whoever they selected, whether it was the cackling camera or the beautiful hunk of a man, Donald Trump, what did I say? What did I say? They would be the biggest traitor to the United States in the history of this nation. You think that's what we got? That's exactly what we got. But DOGE, this is the biggest failure of them all. Forget about Trump. Trump has done some good things. The biggest good thing that he's done was secure the border, in my opinion. Clemente, thank you. Exactly. But DOGE, less than 1% of the funds that we were supposed to get to pay for tax cuts, to give you that dividend check. Did you really ever think that was going to happen? No, you didn't, because I told you it was a fraud from day one. Unbelievable, people. Unfreaking believable. Look, man, they make it so simple for you and I. It couldn't be easier. I don't know another way to put it. It's too easy. Oh, guys and girls. You want to ask any questions? Anybody want to do it? Jonathan, thank you. How long can Dude, honestly, this is a great question. Let's talk about this, Jonathan. All right. How long can they keep printing? Let me explain this to you. Let me just say what's going on. We just found out that the US economy is contracting by their own numbers, right? You heard the GDP report this morning. We have a war going on in Yemen. Government spending is added to GDP. We're spending hundreds of billions of dollars in a war now. UK has now joined this war. We alone, the United States, has spent hundreds of billions of dollars so far in 7 weeks, has wiped out anything close to what DOGE found. DOGE found 33 billion. That's it. 33. There's that 33. 33 billion. Okay. That's what they can actually say they have receipts for. The rest of it is just potential. Another 160 million, whatever billion, whatever it is. Doesn't matter anyway. It's all a joke. Even if they got it all, let's just say it's real. The other potential 160 billion. Okay. We're still nowhere near the target of 2 trillion or 1 trillion. Okay. You can't make that stuff up. But that's just the way it is. But again, every mechanism, Jonathan, that they can throw at us to allow the Fed to inflate is going to be instituted. War. Right now, again, and I'm not making this up here, Trump's tax cuts are probably going to go through without the money from DOGE. Okay, we're already, just so far since Trump's new tenure, government spending has increased 6.3%. You don't believe that number? Look it up for yourself. Okay, so more spending. The trade deficit we just found out yesterday, what was it? A record high, way more than anyone thought. No, not anyone. You and me nailed that one to the wall. And let me tell you something else. All of us here, they're not done. We're going to see debts and deficits balloon because, again, who's going to pay for these tax cuts? We don't have the cash. Who supplies the currency? The Federal Reserve. Trump is on the phone with Powell. And Powell is laughing. We really got him, didn't we? We really got him. They bought everything that we told you to say. Again, he's a puppet, Trump. It's a puppet. Just like Biden. Puppet. No difference. They look different. One is orange and the other one was just a mummy. Okay. Not even half alive, in my opinion. But he's on the phone going, we got him. We got him. We got him. We got him. So the Fed is going to supply all the funds that we need for tax cuts and everything else. And the debt in the United States is going to balloon so they can continue to print and print and print and print. And we're going to get lower rates. And then that means, again, currency pushing the power of destruction. So the cost of living here in the United States is going to balloon for everyone here. Again, there's not a single roadblock. Does it bother you a little bit that there's not a roadblock to the incoming inflation that we're already starting to see, and the tariffs, which is nothing but a tax? This is not a do you remember? This is a negotiation tactic. No, it wasn't. Negotiation happens. Let's say if you and me, we want to negotiate something. Let's say you want to buy my Copo Camaro, my 2017 Copo, 1,200 horsepower, runs 8 seconds in the quarter mile. You and I, we want to negotiate a deal. Yeah, I want X and you want to give me this. And we're going to sit down 1-to-1 and we're going to negotiate a deal here. Hooray, thank you. I appreciate that. This isn't a negotiation tactic, but that was sold to the pigs crowd. You know, Trump is God syndrome, red hats, make America great again. They couldn't see it because they've been psyoped. You understand? This is a mechanism to tax you, to suck you dry. Again, we're gonna bring manufacturing back here to the United States. Okay, let's build the infrastructure first. How come Trump omitted that entire piece? Where are the factories coming from? Was he gonna just will it? Was he gonna pray to his god Satan and say, Satan? No, I should point this way. Satan, sir, I need some factories. You think you can make them come up for me? No plan for infrastructure to build these factories, to bring back manufacturing. This takes years. Again, the people bought it because they were dumb. Dumb, disenfranchised, possessed by the devil. I don't know. You tell me. Come on, guys, man. Is that a gang sign, Joe? I have no idea. I'm praying. Instead of doing this, I'm just reversing it. You know what I mean? I don't know. If it's a gang sign, I didn't mean it to be a gang sign. I love you guys. Anyway, guys, look, man. Could you imagine if we could just rewind this a little bit? We're going to bring back those factories. But, sir, raise your hand. Yes. President-elect, whatever you were at that time, campaigning President Trump. So So tell me, sir, are we going to build the infrastructure? Shut up. Shut up. Don't worry about it. Oh, this guy, he's a fake news. He's a fake over here. Right, the accountant? Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, you can't even speak anymore without getting shut down. It's amazing. You can't make this stuff up. Anyway, it's just, yes, the Treasury Secretary will not confirm any deals. None of the 200 deals that Trump is claiming, that Trump can't even name one. Nor the Lutnick deal. He will not confirm it because there isn't one. Yesterday, why Licknut? He was floated out yesterday because the market was bleeding yesterday. Licknut was floated out with the fake, mystery deal to boost the market. It worked. And today, I don't know. This some crazy stuff going on here. Absolutely insane. Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about before we get going here? Oh, and Jesus, I can't even say that. Although I just did. Lugnut. He's not even worthy of being called Lugnut. It's more like a lick nut. Lick nuts. You can't make this stuff up. These people, they're supposed to be the most brilliant minds because they're multi-billionaires. All they are con artists, okay? Elon Musk has taken so much money out of this nation here to build his business here. But you're not supposed to go. You didn't know about that? Maybe you should look into that as well. Jonathan, thank you. Enact the Gold Reserve Act of 1934. Absolutely. I told you, 7 seconds. Let me show you guys something. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show this to you, right? So you can have a visual. This is how long it would take to end the Federal Reserve. 7 seconds. That's how long it takes President Trump to write Trump. Right? Maybe even 3 seconds. I don't know. Let's just give him 7. By the 8th second, the Fed's gone. Again, enact the Gold Reserve Act of 1934. The Fed goes away. It's unbelievable. It really does. But he won't do that. Again, we're going to get more calls for lower rates, more calls for a weaker currency. We're going to have the Fed fund the tax cuts. Remember what I'm telling you. Because Musk is an abysmal failure on a scale that I can't even get my head around. Let me explain this to you, really. I expected something. I didn't expect 33 billion from 2 trillion to 1 trillion to a verified 33 billion. That's a failure on a scale that mathematically is astronomical. You didn't buy it though, because you knew it was a fraud from day one, as I told you. Anyway, guys, 7 seconds. That's right, Angie. 7 seconds to get rid of the Federal Reserve. Imagine what I'm saying here. 7 measly seconds. But Trump won't do it because you see, him and Powell, they have a little thing going on. It's okay. I don't go that way. Nope, not my thing. But Powell and Trump, they both have erectile dysfunction because we do know that Trump does take Viagra when we showed us his medication list. Powell does the same. They're both popping their little Viagras and they're going, and then they tug it a little bit on each other, and then they fool around. Let's call it what it is. We could talk like this, you and me. Oh, guys. All right, I don't even know what to say. 100 milligrams. I think you're right. I think he takes 100 milligrams of it. Greg is losing it. Crypto Greg has lost it a long time ago. But you know what? Tell me where I got this wrong. You don't like the tugging part? Okay. Maybe I got that wrong. But maybe I didn't either. I love this stuff, guys, and I love you too. I mean that. I really, really do. You gotta have some fun. You gotta have a little fun once in a while. Yeah, no tie. I stepped out of Babylon, as you can see, doing this whole thing, and I haven't been more free. I feel so good about all this. John Doe, I think you're right about that. I've heard a couple of other things that I will not disclose here, and why his complexion is that color. There are certain things that can cause that. Anyway. Guys, listen, I love you all. You're so awesome for being here. Thank you. We did cover some very important things here. I'm making a joke and I'm laughing through this entire thing. I'm only laughing because, look, man, it's pathetic what's happening here. And it's not a partisan issue. This is what it is. I belong to no party. All right. I have no dog in this fight. And I'm not here to defend anyone. Did I defend Biden? Once. One time I felt bad. When I was beating Biden into the ground, I had an epiphany. I said, this guy's old and decrepit. He doesn't know what's going on. And I actually felt bad. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should back off a little bit. I tried to. It didn't work too well. It's crazy, huh? But this guy, I don't feel bad at all because we're being absolutely decimated. We're committing economic suicide, and it's economic death. I don't know another way to put it. It's crazy. Greg is no statesman. You're right. I have no intent on being a statesman whatsoever. If you don't like the way I look, if this is not right for you or what I say, I really don't give a damn, man. You think Greg Mannarino cares at all? No, I don't care. See, I don't want to be, man. I'm being myself, and this is where I want to be. This is where God wants me to be, man. I'm telling you. I believe that with all I got. Meth or fent? For Trump, both. For me, none. I don't even drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I need a habit, though. You think I have a habit. It's called my car, my race car. It's a very expensive habit. $15,000 blowers, $8,000 transmissions, slicks, $380 a pop, lasting for 8 runs. Blower belts, $100 a pop. Spark plugs, $6 each that last 5 runs. I mean, you got to be nuts, right? You got to be nuts. That's kind of it, man. No, I don't smoke weed. Believe it or not, I don't. I'm not condemning anyone who does. It's just not my thing. I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything. I don't have any bad habits other than that car in the garage. So, but that's okay. Maybe I'll pick up a bad habit. Or a good one. I don't know. Depending on how you want to look at it. Anyway. It might be, Joe. You're probably right. And rent is extremely expensive. But the currency devaluation that we're about to see moving forward with the United States committing economic death, people, you can only imagine where this is going. Thanks, Anon459. I appreciate it. And you're right. Weed is an herb. I got nothing against it. Nothing at all. I'm just saying that you know why I don't smoke weed? I'm going to tell you why I don't smoke weed. And it goes back decades ago. Used to smoke weed decades and decades ago. I had one bad trip out of it, and it just changed me forever. I just said, I'm done. I'm never doing it again. And I haven't. That's kind of it. Why? And I understand it was just a fluke more than likely, but it just wasn't my thing at that time. And, look, it is what it is, right? Hey, you guys want to see something cool? This is my last time slip. This is last Thursday. Maybe you can see this one here. This is a pro tree. I cut a .044 light. Can you see that? 60 foot time, 1.28. That wasn't so good. I got 1.17, 8.68, 157. And then I pulled the chute. It didn't come out. I pulled the chute and my cable snapped. I was like, this isn't going to be fun. Standing on the brake pedal, trying to stop that car before I went into the dirt. But that Copo did not let me down. Anyway, guys, listen, love you all. And I'm going to let you get going. Ponder these things. Now, everything I showed you with the here, just real quick. This is in your inbox with the numbers, the magic chainsaw. The economic death thing, that's in your inbox this here too for you. This is in your inbox as well. It's the mummy, man. It was, you see, when the stock market was going higher, when Biden was president, I said it was going to crash. When it went higher and kept going up, I said it was me. It was me. I did that. But then when the stock market went down, like now it's mummy man. It's the mummy's fault now. Imagine a man with no guts, with no backbone at all, who has no conviction. I can't respect a man like that. If he would have said, guys, listen, I've made some mistakes. We all make mistakes. You tell me one person doesn't make a mistake. Trump could turn this around today. If President Trump came out on national television or whatever, said, listen, guys, I made a few mistakes, but I'm going to ask for your patience here. Okay. We're going to turn this around. I would back this man with every fiber of my being. Okay. I would give him every opportunity to turn this around because we all deserve a chance to turn it around. But no, it's Navarro. He's the guy. He's the tariff guy. He's the guy who came up with this. Oh no, now it's Lutnick. It's his trade deal. It's not mine. He can't do it. He can't take even at any kind of, he can't be held to account. He can't even hold himself to account. That is pathetic. That is a worm in a human form. Okay. That's what Trump is, a worm in a human form. Does this sound about right to you? Let him turn it around. Trump admits what he got wrong. I'll back the guy up 100%. I'd help him for free. I'd be his economic advisor for nothing. I'd work behind. I wouldn't even ask for anything for free. And I wouldn't take any credit for it or nothing. That's what we need. We need a real person. Not this thing. It's not my fault. No, but when the market was going up, then that was me. That was me. Make it up, guys. This is what we have, a worm. A worm. I said a farm animal could sit behind the Resolute desk, it wouldn't matter, but a worm is a problem, okay? Having a worm behind the Resolute desk is a problem. Are we all on the same page? Love you guys. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, share the video, get it out there, please. I really appreciate it. If I've earned your thumbs up with this, I'd appreciate that too. All right. See you in the morning.